don't even know if Tony's alive. I feel like the fucking WB has taken Tony. I don't know where he's at. We've tried reaching out to him and doing all kinds of stuff. And we've had to have all these fucking like back market conversations with other YouTube channels who are like, bro, don't do it. I'm telling you.
It's a bunch of guys that are like, oh, I've heard of Tony. Yeah, I can pass word through the grapevine, see if it gets back to him.
After the great cleansing, no one's heard of him. So, it's been that kind of thing. So I think, you know what? Fuck it. It's the great year of 2025. Let's read Spire in the Woods, dude. Without any further ado. This is the
equivalent. Look. This is the equivalent of like in the Fallout video game series, like all the nukes have fallen. Hunter and I are the first vault dwellers to like step into the wasteland. Like, see what's out there. You know, maybe we get shot in the head. Maybe we explode.
Yeah,
and that is a sign to the other vaults. Like, give it some more time.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait a little bit.
Exactly. Exactly. It's a sign. Give it a time more time. YouTube's copyright system are the giant demons walking around, lurking like those giant monsters in Fallout. Whatever.
The Death Claw.
Yes. YouTube's copyright system is the Death Claw walking around.
So you know what?
I just have a fucking Pocket Boy or whatever the fuck it's called wrapped around my wrist.
Pit Boy. Yeah. Maybe Hunter and I are like, you know, we're putting on our little blue jumpsuits. We're like, all right, Hunter, let's reclaim the world. Maybe the vault door opens and there are 15 death claws with sledgehammers waiting right outside the door.
If that's what it has to be, that's what it has to be, you know?
And if that's what happens, then that means give it some time.
Give it some time.
A little bit longer.
Give it some time. All right. Yeah, we might have a strike on our channel. Give it some time. That's all you have to say.
Let's get into it. Part 1. Robert Edward Kennan killed himself in the fall of 1999.
Already off to a good start.
Already.
As soon as a episode or a story begins with a suicide, I'm like, all right, I'm buckled in. I'm ready.
Like so behind the death claws that are the copyright system, there's a bunch of those. What are those? The big wasp things from Fallout New Vegas. The centaurs.
I've never played any of them.
The big morphed humans, the centaurs, right behind the death claws are those, and that is the YouTube, not copyright, the content ID system, because now we're talking about killing yourself immediately into an episode. So if the death claws don't get us, then those centaurs back there will.
The only knowledge I have of Fallout is just CreepCast's videos he's done on Fallout. That's about it. So
that's rough.
I know.
That's rough. Fallout New Vegas is an all timer.
That's what people say.
The rest is,
I think it's over. I want to know right now: is it overhyped? That's what I want to know.
But maybe by some people, but I think it was. It's one of the last. We are so off topic. It's one of the last like old school choose your own adventure like kind of sandbox games where you can. Alina was pretty sure, but not unattainably so. She was smart, but not so much so that it was intimidating. But by the way, have you ever been intimidated? Every story I read, I feel like that's like, oh, she's like too smart or she's intimidatingly smart. Have you ever got that feeling from a woman?
No. Well, I just always assume I'm much, much more stupid than anybody that I meet. So I'm always just like, so if anything, when I'm like, you're smart, but I don't think it's ever me being like, you don't want to talk to a peon like me. I'm too stupid.
I've always heard that in stories. It's like, oh, she's so smart, it's intimidating. It's like, wouldn't you want that? Like, that'd be like, oh, what if like your partner, what if she like was magically super good at one thing? It's like, sure, why not? Like, why would that be a problem? If we're on the same side, wouldn't that be like an asset for me? Why is it
jealousy? I'm guessing is this supposed to be jealousy type shit? Like if it's like if the man is not the breadwinner, does he feel inadequate as a man? Or something
that might be what it is. That might be what like same note of thing. I don't know. I hear that in every story, and it's never. I've never understood what it's talking about.
Yeah. Can we talk? Oh, yeah, sure. Outside.
She looked over my shoulder at my friend before adding,
"Alone."
Hunter, you right now. You're in this position. The Russian girl comes up to you. It's like, can we go alone?
Hell no. Hell no.
Why not?
Get away from me, commie freak. Was what I'd say.
Yeah, there we go. USA. Then you punch her really hard.
Yeah. All right, get the hell out of here, hammer and sickle. I ain't trying to talk to you.
Alone? I thought you don't want everyone involved? It's kind of seems a little hypocritical if you ask me. Don't want the whole group involved. Seems kind of selfish. Carrie was one of those unlucky people that seemed significantly designed to be picked on. She was nearly 6 feet tall, quite overweight, crap at school, poor by the standards of my admittedly affluent town, and cursed with the head size of a large pumpkin.
God damn, Carrie.
Just roasting this girl left and right. I'd had classes with Carrie on and off for the last 9 years, and before the hike, I doubt I'd spoken more than 2 words to her. Although, in fairness to me, in middle school, she had deepened her own isolation from most of the class by becoming intensely goth in the baby bat way of the late 90s teens. Okay. Hold on. She's a 6 foot tall goth girl.
Yeah. All right, hold on a second.
Like,
She's the woman of my dreams.
Well, hold on a second. What's everyone being mean to Carrie about? Like, scary Carrie, what? She's a little. What was overweight even mean in the 90s? What?
Nothing. Nothing means nothing.
There was a blonde girl on the hike. I think her name was Stephanie Foster. That 2 hours earlier I had found very cute, and despite her whining, I was still thinking I might like to get to know her better before she let this gem slip.
God, I just wanted to miss school. Why do we have to walk so much?
I rolled my eyes but didn't say anything. Carrie, however, could not let it slide.
What the hell did you think a hike was?
All right, don't do that to Carrie.
What the hell do you think what the hell do you think a hike was? She's a 6 foot tall, overweight woman. What the hell do you think a hike was? Sweet cheeks.
No. See, now you're mocking me. Now you're mocking my people, my group. I need you.
What the hell did you think a hike was?
That's closer. That's better. You're getting there. I need you to channel your best Margaret Qualley. I think that is.
Margaret Qualley. She's a 6 foot tall, overweight goth girl in the 90s. She's not Margaret fucking Qualley.
Overweight in the 90s means filled out. It means great. They
had supersized at McDonald's, dude. They were big old girls. All right.
It could be a big old girl. You're right. Fair enough.
You know what? What the hell did you think a hike was?
Stephanie looked at her like Carrie was something she'd scraped off the bottom of her boots.
Nobody's talking to you. And nobody wants to fucking listen to you.
I still denounce your voice for Carrie, but Carrie's special to me. Okay?
All right, that's fine, dude. Be stoked about it, man.
I couldn't help it.
Isaiah, oh. She's looking down at you, kissing your forehead. You're my little sweet pea.
That, other than the voice you're doing, that sounds lovely. Obviously I'm a married man and my wife is the 6 foot tall goth woman in my life, but in like high school me, 1,000,000%, like, yes. I don't know what you're making fun of. This sounds perfectly reasonable.
I'm giving her a voice.
Yes, but there's a tone. There is a tone of bitterness.
Dude, don't let your insecurity get to me, man. All right.
My insecurity, definitely not yours. Assigning
your
the voice of like a 40-year-old trucker
like a big old girl
Carrie.
that's a goth chick. Just fucking lay it out there, dude. That's all it has to be.
Okay. All right,
nobody wants to fucking listen to you.
Carrie's face splotches of scarlet and shot Kim a look of pure hatred.
Forget it. Come on.
See, you're about to do Carrie's voice.
No, that was my.
But then you realize you're doing. No. Then you realize you're doing this character. So you adopt a less masculine voice for the man. I know what you were doing. I know 100% what you were doing. No, you can't, because that was a strategic sore throat.
My throat's sore.
I think I'm disgusted by your characterization of Scary Carrie. I think that this is a beautiful relationship. I think he should embrace, because that meant that Carrie has mentioned to her friends that she likes our author. What is that? Are you doing the bear noise? Do not do the bear noise. No, there's no bear trap. What is your bear trap? You haven't laid out a trap for anything.
I was mooing like a cow.
Oh, now she's a cow. Okay. All right. So you took her from a trucker to a cow. You're moving backwards. All right. No, I don't need this. I don't need you. I don't need your interaction or your 2 cents regarding this.
Forget it. Come on.
I said. I didn't know what Carrie had told Kim about Greenfield, but sure didn't want to deal with it. Once we were in the hallway and out of anyone's earshot, I recounted the events of Drew DeLuca's party.
She let you read the note he left her?
We're gonna fight, me and you. We're gonna throw down. Even though just a month ago, we'd spent several hours being lectured by our guidance counselors about the differences between depression, true depression that was a psychological illness, and being sad, I think Carrie still had trouble believing anyone was more miserable than she was. Carrie stepped closer to me and dropped her voice to a whisper.
Why'd it do it? Was it her fault?
You're trying to ruin this for me, and I'm not going to let you. I'm just going to ignore you.
You're gonna have to just fucking realize that's gonna be Scary Carrie's voice, dude.
I'm gonna read this in my head. I'm reading it in a different voice.
How? What does she sound like in your head?
She looks like my beautiful wife. She looks like my gorgeous wife, whom I love deeply. That's what she looks like.
I did not put that in your head. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever. Shut up. I hate you.
And every hour, I see her face as she runs the endless race.
Scary Carrie shivered.
Ooh. The widower's clock. Oh, I hate that one.
You're such a little... Okay, whatever. It doesn't matter. They told the clockmaker that he was an impotent old man, and they were unafraid of him.
Run along back to your little Gears and Springs. Maybe if you're nice and quiet, I'll still fix you your dinner tonight. Oh my God, dude. That is fucked.
Whoa.
What is it? There's a lot of cuckolding in this story, eh?
There is. This is our second instance.
I hope there's more.
I hope.
I like a nice cuckold horror story, dude. That's sick.
Do you? Is that a recurring thing that you're interested in?
You know what's fucked up about that? It makes so much sense to me that vengeful spirits are cuckolds.
You know, I've never thought of it before, but you're actually right.
It's so true, right?
I'd be mad enough to stick around.
Oh my
too.
God. I would, I would burn the earth down forever.
I would not leave. I'd be like, I'm staying right here, and anyone who comes here, I'm going to mess with. I'm going to be upset. I'm going to bother them. Are you sure that's not like, so my kind of woman is like, you know, tall, goth, whatever. Your kind of woman is any woman that's with another man.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh,
let the record show.
Let the record shut it down. Scary Carrie put it on the record. Scary Carrie also does WWE matches in her backyard. Do you smell what the Scary Carrie's cooking?
She's just Triple H.
Well, she's just about as fucking big as him. Goddamn. She's like, I'm 14. Or this is way before too. She's like, I'm 12.
No, she's 6. No, she's 16, I think.
Here? I thought this was years ago.
Okay, this story being told is now in high school when they're both 16, 17.
Sorry, I thought
but he said a couple years earlier they went on a hike together. I imagine that was like
that
freshman.
was a different. Okay, yeah, my bad.
Yeah, where they became friends was years prior, but this is now caught back up to 1999.
Yeah, now she's like 7 foot something.
Yeah. Kayla, my wife, she was 6 foot in the 6th grade, I think, 7th grade. She like immediately shot up. She was like 6 foot when she was that old, so yeah.
Cool.
It's possible. You're such a jerk. You're so whatever.
The widower's clock. It's the one where I know the one. Are you in a hurry to get home? No? Good.
Fletch pulled over to the side of the road, took a shuddering breath, punched the steering wheel twice, and started bawling.
It's kind of funny.
It's funny. That's actually what happens every time I go anywhere with you.
Well, luckily it's not too often, so your fist and your lips quivering. You'd be all right.
I met you. You do that every time we go anywhere.
That's true. That's actually very true. That's me outside the French Quarters in New Orleans. Not again! That's what I say as I get dragged in. My nails peeling off, digging into the cement.
Every time I'm in the quarter now, I think about you looking at me going, get me out of here. Oh, you remember the day that you weren't hanging out with me, how you said you went to like a little bar area called the Dungeon?
Yeah.
Okay, and you said you enjoyed it there, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I was walking through the city a couple weeks ago, And I was talking to a guy who was a tour guide, and he mentions the dungeon. I'm like, oh yeah, I've heard that place is cool. And he's like, yeah, it's a BDSM club. They tie people up upstairs and they have these whipping parties.
Listen, dude. I said I just enjoyed it, all right? We don't have to pick and prod at why
I just think it's interesting how you tell me there's like this place you found that was really cool. And then I later come to find out
you have
that
to go in there.
It's a leather. No, absolutely not.
Okay, first off, when I went there was no BDSM stuff. It was just metal music. And then it had a bar downstairs. It's all like really, really cool. Like set dress and stuff, like to look like an actual like dungeon. And then upstairs it has like kind of a chapel looking thing. It was cool. It was cool.
And there wasn't a single.
And I tell you this,
someone
if there
tied
was
up,
people getting
someone
whipped,
wearing a funny mask.
if there was people getting whipped in there, I would have liked it even more. I would have loved it even more. Dude.
There you are.
All right,
animal, monster.
If I was sitting there and I could have a fucking Jack and Coke while a guy next to me is just like, damn, dude, getting in there harder, getting whipped in the back. If old scary Carrie was sitting next to me getting whipped in the back, come on, lay your shoulder into it. Then I would have loved it even more. I'd be like, hey, give me a dirty Shirley. I'm like, you want one, scary Carrie? Nah, I'm on a diet. I'm trying to watch my figure. Get me a Sprite Zero. I'm like, there's no way to have that here.
There is no. I'm not like scary Carrie. If I had to say anything, I guarantee you they do not have Sprite Zero here.
Yeah, that's like, exactly what there's impossible. No way. I'm like, I can get you a Dr. Pepper.
Maybe a Diet
sugar.
Coke.
I'm like, sure.
Maybe a Diet Coke, but I think that's all you can have. Now we're watching it.
Yeah, now we're watching it. She's like, give me a gin and tonic. I'm like, goddamn, give her a Modelo. For the love of God, give her a goddamn Modelo. No, scratch that, Pete. Give me a gin and tonic. Doesn't touch it the rest of the night. I'm like, oh, yeah. I don't even know where we're at in the story. The dungeon talk really got me.
It took you over. Sat there in the dark, his unseeing eyes transfixed by the clockmaker's wife as she was dragged on her post through the twirling gauntlet of Union automatons. He saw her, alive and dead, the blush of youth, the maggots of decay, twitch and scream and moan as her body was pierced by countless bayonets. He saw her face as she ran the endless race. Oh my God.
Good God.
It's so cool. It's
like poetry. It's like fucking poetry. Is it not? Does that not just read as poetry?
So cool. It's so good. Oh man. He saw her alive and dead, the blush of youth, the maggots of decay. It's great. As I left Fletch's house, every hair on my body was standing on end. But at that point, as much as I wanted to, I still wasn't ready to accept the story of the Spire in the woods. Not at face value. When we'd studied The Fall of the House of Usher in English earlier that year, we're never talking about Poe. The story. Double platinum. We gotta hang up its jersey. It's doing too good.
Hang up its jersey.
She explained that Poe's stories frequently incorporated both blatant and subtle references to intoxicants and hallucinogens in order to enhance the sense of phantasmagoria and help more skeptical readers suspend their disbelief. We've got analysis of Poe and drugs. We've got the word phantasmagoria, bro, in the rafters. We gotta get this guy up there.
Drop his banner to be shown in the gymnasium for the rest of time, dude.
Yes. Yeah, to be honest, at this point, I know this video is going to get taken down.
I know, it's so sad. Isn't it? I was thinking about it too. I was like, oh, God.
Yeah. I knew Scary Carrie would love to hear every last detail Fletcher told me about the Spire in the woods, but on Tuesday morning, I just didn't feel like tracking her down. I wanted to talk to Alina. The ride into school hadn't been as awkward as I had anticipated. Fletcher, also a 6-foot-tall goth girl, also being explicitly mentioned in this story. This video has to get shot down.
I'm like, it's too good.
It's too good.
The world, it's lining up too much. The stars are aligning too much.
Have you ever had a meal that was so good that you're like,
it feels illegal?
Yeah, it's like, well, I guess now it's going to suck because every meal after this isn't going to taste that good.
Yeah, it's never going to be as good as this. Yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean.
It's like, well, since I don't live here, this sucks because I've got to remember this now. That's how I feel about this story at the moment. Oh, the ride into school hadn't been as awkward as I'd anticipated. Fletch was quieter than usual, and I was content to stare out my window and daydream about what I was going to tell Alina. I wondered how she'd think about Fletch's story and whether or not I should gloss over my own doubts. Also wondered if she'd cry. I feel embarrassed, even after all these years later, admitting it, but a part of me was hoping she would. Then I'd have an excuse to hug her again.
Preach, brother, preach.
That's my boy. That's my boy right there.
There he is. What a man.
I could be. Is that Scary Carrie looking on?
Yeah, that's still Scary Carrie. Come on, give me a hug.
Put her there.
Come on.
I could be dependable, comforting, boyfriend material. It was the kind of fantasy that marked me as a beta male. Whoa.
Love
and we
that.
get mentioned a beta male in the story. And, dude, we've got cucking twice. If YouTube doesn't copyright this video, I will.
Yeah, no shit.
The only gym class activity I'd ever enjoyed, but I felt obligated to update Carrie on what I learned about Rob and the Spire. So I joined her in the auxiliary gym for a little ping pong, a game I had no idea she was good at. She gets, bro. And she's good at ping pong.
And she's good. Well, goddamn.
she's good at ping pong.
Come on. Here, hey, ping pong. Or it could have happened exactly like that. Or, hold on. What am I thinking here?
No. That was fine. That was
exactly
okay.
like that.
Leave it. That was okay. You did it.
Or it could have happened exactly like that.
For the most part, Carrie's newfound freedom changed her life very little. Mainly, her trips involved picking up the members of her small group of friends and delivering them to Dan Bergen's to watch anime and old horror movies in his basement. Go ahead. Say something. Go ahead.
I think it's
Go
cool.
ahead, Hunter.
I thought it was cool.
Yeah, you think it's cool. Oh, so now Scary Carrie's cool. Now it's cool. Me who believed in her up until this point, and I'm going to be vindicated by the comment section, by history. By the end of the story, I have been right the entire time. You know what, Hunter? Bear trap. Scary Carrie is the.
That's not a bear trap.
This is a bear trap.
You could
if
not
you
be
get
more
to call,
wrong.
if you get to pull a bear trap over just reading one paragraph ahead in a story, I get to pull it over Scary Carrie being cool, which I said from the get-go. We had, however, brought a couple of sticks of incense, which we lit with a very old Zippo that had once belonged to my grandfather. Carrie had bought the incense from a New Age store, the sort of place you'd shop at if you were inclined to believe in neo-paganism or healing crystals. Saleswoman told her it was, look, I love that. Carrie is dangerously close to Kayla. This might be my wife being described. she like Kayla goes to these places constantly. She dresses like this. She looks like this. So me being evil, we pull down in the car. It's like 6 of us packed into a Honda, like a little two-door thing. We're all packed in. We get out of the car and everyone else goes to get a piece of gravel to throw, but I walk around to the back of the car while everyone's facing forward and start putting my hand all over the car.
That's so fucked.
So I laid out handprints, and then we go do the whole thing. Everyone's like, "Oh, I hear something." Blah blah blah. Also, this is like down a back road, middle of the night. It's like down a back road, middle of the night, and like if you turn the car all the way off, it is pitch black. You can't see anything,
right? Like
right outside of the car. So it adds to the creepy factor. So then we drive away and we pull into a McDonald's in town and we get out and they shine a flashlight and see the handprints and the girls just started screaming.
Oh yeah, definitely. Jesus!
Yep. And I'm like, we could have done it, blah, blah, blah. Okay.
Who could have done
so that's so that's the night Kayla and I met, right?
Yeah.
And then over the next several weeks, like we were friends for a couple months, and like I would talk about horror movies and I would like talk about scary stories and stuff like that. And then we start dating. A year after we're dating, Kayla was over at my house for dinner, and I had never brought up that night since then, right?
Right.
I was just like, mission accomplished. We're sitting around the dinner table, and my dad randomly goes, "Did you ever tell Kayla about the night you pranked those girls by putting your hand all over the car?"
He sold you down the river.
He sold me out. Immediately, Kayla was like, "What?" And my dad goes, "Oh, wait, she was one of those girls?"
Oh, damn. Kayla, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, my dad was like, "Oops, sorry." And immediately Kayla told every one of those girls and people were with. He was like, she's like, "Guess what? Guess what happened? Remember that night that we all to this day counted as a real ghost encounter?" Guess whose fault it was. This was also all pre-YouTube, so I had no outlet for like the devilishness. So yeah. But yeah, fun story. Anyway, just to further prove that I think Scary Carrie might actually be my wife transmitted through time.
Scary Carrie.
Anyway. Scary Carrie. It had taken her a long time to get comfortable with me teasing her. I guess after a lifetime of being mocked about her weight and appearance, the idea that it was the only way I expressed affection took some getting used to. Also, since I've made the comparison throughout this entire video, I want to clarify my wife is not overweight, nor do I think that. And if she ever sees this clip, that is the one aspect of Scary Carrie.
I was going to say, you better watch your shit, boy.
My wife.
I'm like, you better watch your shit.
I'm laying that out
the entire
clearly
time
right now.
You've been talking about nothing but just basically you being like, yeah, she's just like her. And she's been like, she's a 16-year-old troglodyte. Okay?
No. Look, in my head, she's 90s overweight, which means not anorexic. That's right. That's what it means in my head. Yes.
Right. Well, that only makes sense.
Yes. So that is what I'm telling myself till further notice, until the story explicitly outlines otherwise. By comparison, ghost hunting just didn't seem quite as exciting. Knowing how my friends now, I'll make the counter that I was both. I was into the girls in bikinis and the ghost hunting. I was a man of many
I was a man of many pleasures.
Which is probably why I didn't have much success with the women in the aforementioned bikinis.
All right, we can.
But I catered to both flavors, so to speak.
It's catered to both flavors.
I was a man of multiple palates. All right, 2 hours passed by in a blur of jokes and gossip and screaming along to what little music Carrie and I could agree on. She used to have this mixtape dominated by Nine Inch Nails and Rage Against the Machine. Any thoughts on that, Hunter?
I mean, I like Nine Inch Nails and Rage Against the Machine. I like both of them.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I'm just further proving to you that there are more points in Carrie's camp than
yeah,
especially Alina or anyone else.
It's fine.
Story.
She's fine.
That was a staple of our time in Ecto 1. Yeah, whatever you say. Bear trap. Bear trap for me. My bear trap. At the time, Deerfield was the northwesternmost outpost of New England, deep in the heart of the former Pocumtuck Nation. Pocumtuck Nation? I think that's right, yeah. See, I'm not making fun of it. You are. That is Hunter Hancock on the record making fun of Native American names. Go ahead and write that down. Someone get that posted. Our energy was fading fast and our conversation had turned serious. Well, serious by high school standards.
Do you think Kim Murray's pretty? Okay, hold on. All right, I'm not gonna do my girl like that. Do you think Kim Murray is pretty? I feel too bad.
Thank you. There we go.
I feel too bad. I know.
He gets some humanity redeemed. Look at that, kids. Hunter gets to go to heaven.
Hunter has a heart.
Hunter. They say his heart grew 3 sizes that day.
And he died of a heart attack like Seabiscuit.
Turns out your chest cavity is not nearly equipped to handle a heart 3 times its size, so it ripped against his inner rib cage and it exploded on the podcast. It's terrifying. Kim Murray. I did not think she was pretty, but that put me in a precarious position. Physically, Kim had her faults, but objectively speaking, she was significantly more attractive than Carrie. Aw.
I love how like red pilled this kid is sometimes. You're like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude?
It's like, what do you mean that
she could be pretty sometimes, but not every time.
Her cantle tilt was far off. And it caused her brow line to be
cantle tilt.
Her Cupid's bow was not nearly developed enough for someone of high IQ. Carrie shifted in her seat to face me.
I don't know. Never gave it much thought. Why? We were at Dane's the other night, and she was talking about how much she likes knowing the guys masturbate while thinking about her. Whoa. This is a topic of conversation I want to pursue. I love that.
Whoa, okay, just flying in from the top, from the rafters, just straight in, like, okay. That's not to say I was confused about her gender identity, but that because I found her unattractive, my mind had neutered her, had significantly reduced her as a human being.
Neutered her.
Okay, well, me and you were trying to give him the benefit. Me and you were trying to give him the benefit of the doubt.
And he's like,
I get that, I feel
that's
it.
not what I meant.
And then he literally says, my mind had significantly reduced her as a human being.
Dude, he shoots from the hip sometimes, all right?
Sometimes he goes his own way, so to speak.
Yeah, my boy's on the MGTOW for sure. He's
100%. He loves being shirtless and smoking cigars on podcasts.
I just want to say, I love this story, by the way. I love it.
This is like a top 5 for me already.
It's so good. If
it bombs out right now,
I legitimately have not had this much fun reading a story in a long time. I've been so immersed to. I feel like I've just been a little quiet little girl in the back of the classroom, dude.
Oh, when's it my turn for popcorn reading?
Popcorn reading. Hunter, go ahead. Oh fuck, where are we? That was me every time. I fucking hated that.
What's funny is too, I was like the super like annoyingly studious kid. So I'd always be like, yes, my turn. I know exactly where we are. I don't need to ask.
Yes, actually, you don't have to ask me because I know exactly where I'm. Mrs. Tamlin, I know exactly where we're at. Mrs. Tamlin.
Yes, exactly.
I know exactly where we're at, Miss Tamlin. She's like, okay, cool, Isaiah.
Anytime. I'm ready. Just toss them out. I'm ready.
Just literally tell me anytime and I'll be ready. I love you, Miss Tamlin.
I'll be ready. Yeah, whatever.
I wonder do you think we would have gotten along in high school? Well, also, God, you're so much younger than me. Probably not, dude. I'd be like, who the fuck is this young dork?
Well, I hope we wouldn't get along if you were like 22 and I was like in the 6th grade.
Let's hang out. Come on.
That is so funny to imagine that you were like literally child predator age compared to me.
How old are you again?
I'm 25.
Okay, and I'm 46. So we're
okay,
deeply different ages.
21 years older than me. 100%. I don't know because it depends on the age. If we were in high school, I think we would have got along. If we were in middle school, I don't think so because I was so socially awkward. And like where I was like raised super religious, I was like kind of afraid of like kids that listen to like heavy metal and stuff like that. I feel like that would be prime like you bullied me age, but if it was like later high school, I think we would have got along.
Cool, dude.
You know what? No, I would have called the police because I would have been like, this guy is definitely he is a shooter.
This guy's trying to talk to me. Help. Someone help!
Literally, that would be me. That's what I sounded like. That's how the call would have been.
Oh God! Oh God! Someone help!
Exactly like that. Yes, correct. I agree. Carrie started to cry. Oh, this is brutal.
Yeah, she started to cry, dude. It happens.
Oh man, Carrie started to cry, and I leaned over to give her a hug. She let a few hushed sobs out into my shoulders.
Come here, sweet baby. Come on.
As I patted her broad back. Okay, maybe I'm being a little too generous.
Her broad back. God
I
damn,
have not heard anyone
you ever see the movie Blindside? Just like that kid.
That's like, what he's describing.
You're like, God damn, dude, come on. What?
At some point, she stopped crying. It took me a second to notice, but what I thought was her taking a shuddering breath, or maybe just a tear-covered cheek sliding over my skin, was actually Carrie kissing my neck.
Oh, here we go. Come on, get on in there.
Look, I'm so conflicted right now because it's going between my interpretation of Carrie versus what the author wants me to think. I don't know where I'm at.
Hey, let me give you a hickey. That's what she's saying. Come on.
Yeah, you know what? And if she looked like my wife, if she wasn't, as the story was trying to describe her, if she was like dare I bring it up, the Jacoby that's in my mind right now, it'd be great. It'd be awesome. But I feel like the author is dissuading this as a bad thing.
I think he's just surprised. I think he's surprised. I think that he's going to fall for Carrie, dude. Come on. We have to have hope for Carrie.
Yeah, I agree. I hope the story ends and it's like me and Carrie are married now. We have like 3 children. Yeah.
God, of course you would say that.
Why? What do you mean? Of course I would say that.
It's just funny. You're like, I hope they get married at the end. Like, dude, come on. They're obviously not going to get fucking married at the end.
That's it, with that attitude. Sure. Of course you would say that. Like, of course I'm the guy who wants a happy ending with 2 characters he likes. Yeah, what a jerk move of me to pull.
Yeah.
What a horrible idea. I wanted to leap into the backseat, to lurch away from Carrie and retreat into the furthest recess of Ecto 1. I wanted to throw open my door, sprint to the nearest house, and demand that its occupants permit to shower. Oh
my God!
Bro.
It's not that bad, dude. Damn, he's over-exaggerating.
It literally cannot be that bad.
He is over-exaggerating, yeah.
Yes. But I couldn't do that. It's funny to imagine all this too.
Do that.
Now my brain's going the opposite way. Like I made the jokes about her being 6 foot goth and all that stuff. Now in my head, she's like she's like comedically beautiful. Like she's like your stereotypical like goth girl. And she's like trying to kiss his neck, and he's like, "I've got to shower. I
gotta get out of here.
Disgusting.
I gotta get out of here.
You gotta
let me leave." She's like, "No one's keeping you here. You gotta let me leave, girl. Come on."
And she's like a dreamboat in like fishnets and like tall boots, and he's just like, "This is the most disgusted I've ever been in my life.
I've never been more disgusted in my entire life, Gary. I'll be completely honest. Gary, I'll be completely honest. I've never been more disgusted before in my entire life."
She got the message.
I don't know. I don't think of you like that.
I had trouble spitting it out. She nodded.
We're friends. Sorry, I was trying to wrap it around my head. We're friends.
Such a jerk. You're such a jerk.
I feel bad, dude. Honestly, I'm not. Scary Carrie is dynamo. All right, it's unfortunate what's happening. All right, it is unfortunate.
Mm-hmm. You earlier referred to her by cow noises. There you are.
Come on, man. No, don't do me like that in front of Carrie.
Normally people have like an angel and devil on their shoulder. I think you're the devil, and every now and then I show up on your shoulder. And I'm see, like that. There you go.
I say 2 cows. That's why I like to think I do.
You just moo to yourself to be a good person. Is that what you're saying? I would have dismissed the affections of any of my other female friends so readily. Even Christy McDowell, whom I'd been friends with since the 3rd grade, I would never have pushed away like that.
Damn!
I mean, think about it.
I am surprised. Honestly, I'm surprised by that.
Think about, wait, what are you surprised by?
Well, just that, like, he's like, I literally anyone else I wouldn't have pushed away from. When I thought that the whole thing was that they're doing like they're snooping around, they're investigating, right?
No. What do you say? Okay, Hunter, put yourself in his shoes. If you were 15,
sure,
and a girl started kissing your neck and touching you, how rough would it have to be for you to go, no thanks?
I don't think I would. I don't think I would.
Exactly. That's I can't. When I was 15,
I refuse to
I
picture
cannot think of a single woman I knew.
I don't give a fuck. She could sit there. She could be 7 feet taller than me. She's like picking me up like I'm a little baby. I'm like, uh-oh. I'm like, uppies. See, that's what I'd say to her.
I would love that.
She'd start kissing my neck. I'd say, get out of the car. We'd stay out of the car. I'm like, uppies. I never pick me up like that. I do one of these uppies. Like that. She's like, you come here.
Look, I'm like that right now. And I'm married, so with regards, if my wife was 13 feet tall, I'd be like, I need Carrie.
I need Carrie.
Uppies. I need
uppies. Please and thank you.
Oh no! Please don't hold me. Okay, anyway.
Please don't hold me. I love that. Please don't hold me. Don't touch me.
Please don't hold me. Please don't rock me gently and kiss my forehead. No, I'm saying that like if you were 15 years old.
Yeah.
How bad's it got to be for you to be like, I'll pass, especially with a girl that you're already comfortable with and hanging out with.
I'm telling you. Well, see, that's why I would have been like, well, I mean, I'm not going to rock the boat is probably what I'd say. Not really. Listen, the thing is, I'm just saying it's too real.
It's sad.
is what I got to say. It's too real. It's like a guy just being like, fuck, dude, I felt bad. Could have been anyone else in the world, but it had to be her.
It had to be her. She reminded me I was entitled to have my taste. I appreciated hearing it, but I still felt like a shit.
Dude, when I was young, can I tell you a story?
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, never mind. I don't want to talk.
No, now you have to do it.
I don't. Well, I want the option to at least remove this from the episode if that's the case.
We'll see. Go ahead.
When I was younger, I mean, this is like, dude, 6th grade, 7th grade, long time ago.
Okay.
All right. I went on this movie date with this girl, a big girl. Okay. It was a big girl. All right. What can I say? We were buddies. We were buddies in school and stuff.
I've never heard you like this telling a story. You're like nervous giggling.
He's a big girl. All right. What can I say? He's a big girl.
All right.
And we were on this movie date. And I had a great time. It was awesome. It seriously was. It was a great time. It was like one of those things too, where it's like my mom was there or whatever. Like we went to a movie and she was. It's in the rough, back,
yeah.
Whatever,
yeah.
Next day, it was nice. Next day, one of my buddies comes up to me and he's just like, "Hey, I heard you went on a date with so and so," and I was like, "No." And then they're like, "Dude, she said that you went on a date with her," and I was like, "Yeah, I mean, like because she like begged me to." And it was, I know, it was horrible. I felt so bad. I know, I was in 6th grade. Come on, man. I was in 6th grade. But I'm just saying, I feel, that's why I'm like, right now, I feel like I'm like, so I have all these visual reactions because I'm like, man, it's too real. It's too
hitting
real.
A little too close to home. You've been there. You've been in that seat. It was about the most mundane things. Spooning her while we watched TV. Holding her hand while we walked down the hallways at school. Having little arguments over who'd sit at whose lunch table.
God, dude, I'm cringing to death. It's too real. It's too real.
That's what I was going to say. This is the most high school.
I want to fucking die.
I'm almost positive that when I was like 15, 14, like this was the exact kind of thoughts I was having about girls I liked. Like,
brutal.
Oh, it's rough. It's rough that this author was a 16-year-old boy and very clearly remembers what it was like, because I'm getting flashbacks where he's talking about this stuff. The most dangerous, foolhardy things men have ever done in history have been for God and women. That is the only two things we've ever built altars for.
And Pokemon cards. Am I right, boys?
Sure, buddy. I would... You know what? That's something that I definitively will say was not for women.
Yeah, it was Pokemon.
Sorry, ladies. Step aside. I got to open up my Pokemon Evolutions pack.
Just a rock hard boner while he's standing in Target. You impressed?
Is that how you met Allison?
Yeah, I met Allison. I was like, "Hello, my lady." Just a huge hard on in Target. The smallest cock you've ever seen protruding from basketball shorts.
Are you impressed?
Looks like Wilbert's tail from Charlotte's Web.
It's corkscrewed.
His little corkscrew cock. Yeah.
When I told her that I had changed my mind, I wanted to visit the Quabbin. Carrie was thrilled.
Where do you want to go?
There you go again. There you go again with that voice.
I don't know. Sometime over break, I guess. We should try to figure out everything about them. Who? The clockmaker and his wife. Sure, Carrie, just don't hit me.
That would be great if the story takes that direction. Like she just starts punching him.
Okay, so I don't want to keep derailing, but I will say, is it not setting it up that she is going to find out about Alina? There is going to be some kind of conflict when they're out there to where she's going to run off or like, dare I say, even leave him or he leaves her.
There 100% will be a problem. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. And also, it's like the only reason he now wants to do this is for Alina.
Yeah, dude.
Right, because Carrie wanted to do it from the beginning, and he's like, it's probably fake. But now he's
Listen, dude. Pussy blinds a man. All right.
Oh, the places I've gone.
the places I've gone. I just like to imagine you're just like floating through like a portal, like like spinning like in circles.
Just the stupid decision. Looking back in hindsight, being like, why on God's earth was I there? Why? What was I doing?
Yeah.
What did I think was going to happen? What kind of? That was not a tactical decision at all.
That was not a tactical decision. Well, that backfired.
I think back to like high school when like a girl kind of subtly implied like I should do something. I'm like, yeah, I'll hang off the side of this boulder above like a 400-foot drop.
Sure.
Why not? Or like jumping over that ridge like that. Like, of course. What like places I wouldn't have gone with a gun.
Yeah,
I would have gone women.
Break into my grandpa's house and steal his gold.
Anything for you, Rebecca.
You have like a Desert Eagle in your hand.
me standing outside of a Bank of America with a rifle, like, okay.
Putting on the Joker mask at the beginning of Dark Knight.
I've got a suicide vest on. Like,
the crazy things I do for love.
If this makes Veronica happy. I can't.
Yeah.
I'd forgotten that the only reason I knew about the Spire in the woods was because of his suicide notes, and had actually been happy about the whole thing, while two guys who had lost a good friend, quite possibly because of the Spire, were sitting right behind me.
Bruh. I don't know. A bit. You want to ride home? I can take both of you.
I really didn't.
Sure.
Carrie said.
Carrie said. I love that. I love that tag in at the end. Carrie said. So sad. So sad.
Because I have
Sure.
There's two men and a woman speaking, but I have to
Hell, why
clarify
not?
for the audience that you are speaking of the
Hey, come
female
on,
in the
all right,
equation.
fine. All right, you twisted my leg. Fine. Hell yeah, let's do it. Get out of here.
Now she is neither ugly nor beautiful in my mind. Now she is like what is the Sam Elliott? It's like Sam Elliott on the other side of the booth.
man. Marlboro. Come on, dude. Yeah. You going to Quabbin? After what I told you? You're going to the Quabbin? Yeah. Hold on. Okay. All right.
I think you should read that.
Okay. I'm just making sure. I was just making sure. Are you fucking retarded? All right, just making sure. Like, I'm trying to hold the peace here, boys.
You're
Don't
not
shoot the
saying
messenger.
it. The character in the story is
Don't
saying
shoot
it.
the messenger,
You're reading the quote.
dude. Come on, man.
You have read that this woman Carrie is fat, and you yourself made moo noises earlier. So I think this is the least of your
come
concern.
on, man. What are you trying to do to me here? Don't let me catch you feeding that thing after midnight.
My brother was too young to catch the reference and looked up, confused.
It's only 6:30.
Okay. All right, you son of a bitch. Go to your room. I like to think that's what he says. Hey, get the hell out of here.
I like the idea that one day, like 15 years from now, we're going to be old. We're going to be sitting around with our kids at a dinner table, and you're going to be like, "Don't feed that thing after midnight," and your kid's going to be like, "Huh?" And you're just going to beat the brakes off
You
of
little son of a bitch.
just right there. No one blinks. Just completely normal. Hunter does this all the time.
Well, it's always midnight somewhere.
Alina stopped my hand.
Do your parents ever come up here?
She whispered.
No, we're alone. Actually, would you mind if we just watch this? I haven't seen it before. Oh, no, that's cool.
Destroyed. Decimated. Fatality.
Fatality.
The war room right now losing their minds like, get him out of there. It's
Yeah,
over."
run!
We need evac.
See, that's
Go,
why
go,
if you're
go.
ever trying to do a little Netflix and chill, always put on a World War II documentary. Every time, no interest in watching that shit. I'm telling you.
That was my move. It was to put on a war movie or an action film that I knew for a fact.
You carefully put on Hamburger Hill.
No.
What?
Never
It's like
that. You got to be
horrifying
subtle. No. Nothing that's like she looks up and she sees a man holding his guts crying for his mom. Nothing that intense.
Mom.
Yeah. Nothing that or nothing too loud either. The trick is you got to turn on a movie that you're like, oh, it's great. People talk about it all the time. It's a classic, but you know she's not going to care for it. Like a Taken or like I'm trying to think of old war or like Band of Brothers or something, right?
Right.
Like it's good and she's heard of it, but she's going to lose interest and she is going to be looking for anything else to do. So it'd be like, well, I guess if you don't want to watch the movie, I guess it's something else.
You heard it here first, ladies.
Okay, what was your move? What did you do?
I put on Green Mile. The first time I was ever intimate with a woman, I'm not going to go into grab the detail.
Are you serious?
The first time I was ever intimate with a woman, it was when John Coffey was getting electrocuted.
So you're saying first time you ever like had a moment just over the shoulder? It's like, I'm tired, boss.
No, it was literally keep the lights on. I'm afraid of the dark.
The scene where he's being executed.
So now I have a very odd relationship with that movie. Dude, it's cool.
Her breathing deepened. I slid my hands up her back, all the way to her satiny bra strap. I had never touched a bra before in my life and had only a vague idea of how to guide the hooks from the eyes. I nibbled her ear as my fingers fumbling beneath Alina's shirt. And that's when I felt that she was crying.
Oh my God.
No. Get him out of there.
Oh, no.
Man down. Get him out. Send a helicopter.
Hey, it's okay. Look.
I whispered while pulling my hands out of her shirt.
See?
Oh, I'm cold. I've got chills everywhere. Oh my gosh.
Every year, we go skiing in the morning and then drive into the North Conway to have dinner and watch the fireworks until my mom gets too cold and wants to head back. That's all I want. And I can't even handle that. What if I found something down at the Quabbin?
What if I fix this, Alina? What if all your problems I
Baby,
can take care of?
baby. Let
Baby
me
girl.
handle this, all right?
Have you ever heard of the Quabbin?
Baby, have you ever heard the Quabbin before? Come on.
Come on, baby girl. Why don't you get back on top of me and I'll turn Hamburger Hill back on?
Medic!
Just the idea of like teenage making out, and this in the background, it's like, oh, I can't find my legs.
Yeah.
I don't know where my legs are.
I can't
Like, it's
find
that-
my legs.
Oh, Mama, where's my legs? Mama, help! It's like just gently, just like he doesn't know how to kiss her, so he's just like licking her lips over and over. Oh my gosh, my mom, help! It's also that scene in Hamburger Hill where he's talking about how he went home from war and like he found his wife cheating on him, and they were making fun. The hippies were throwing like dog poop at him, and he's like, and that was all right, like that very impactful scene.
Yeah,
and he's just like fondling with a bra he's never touched before, trying to take it apart. The drive was awkward. Under the best of circumstances, as a teenager, spending time alone with one of your friend's parents was always a little uncomfortable, and these were far from the best of circumstances. As I learned on the drive, Carrie was in a coma.
My God.
Although Mrs. Peterson got virtually none of the medical terms correct, her only... It's just,
I love that.
Come on, dude.
love
Give
that.
her a break.
I love that guy. That little pop shot he threw in there. Yeah, even though she basically got it all fucking wrong.
Every single description he gives of Mrs. Peterson, he's like, her hair smelled like feta cheese. And she was so oily and nasty. It's like,
What a gross
anyway,
woman.
then she cried over her daughter who's in a coma due to
she's
my
sleeping
action.
or something.
Couldn't get any of the words right. Probably can't even pay for this. Like,
Thank God my dad gave her a gas card.
yeah, if it wasn't for that Shell Station visa, she probably may not even know where her daughter's at. They could move her. She'd never know. Probably can't afford a phone bill either. It's like, gosh, kid.
Yeah, goddamn,
down.
dude. Jeez.
Mrs. Peterson believed that even in a coma, Carrie could hear us and proceeded to relive seemingly every moment of her daughter's life. Mrs. Peterson was not a gifted storyteller.
God. Every time, dude.
It's like, bro, at some point you got to be like, you know what? My bad. It's like, no, maybe this woman doesn't have any problems. Maybe me, who got her daughter thrown into a river. Maybe I'm the problem. I feel like, okay, I was 16 too, and I was also like, raging with emotions and all that. But at the same time, I feel like if my friend who was a girl was in a hospital bed, I wouldn't be like, disgusting. I can't pretend to like this cow. What, like, it's too much. He's too evil. Alina, oh, look who we're back talking about Alina now. I'm starting to resent Alina because of his not resent.
I love how you are becoming a student of this school who's hating Alina for literally no reason.
I am literally Fletch right now. Yeah. It was the strange poker game you play when you're in love for the first time. You feel like you'll die if you don't speak to the object of your affection as soon as possible, but you know how crazy you'd seem if you filled up their answering machine with increasingly redundant messages. That you were, I think you actually, the more this is going on, the more you called it about him becoming Rob. Like, this is absolutely what I feel like Rob was like. Maybe. The trap went off. We don't know if there's a bear in it yet. No, that could be a cow.
That's Carrie stuck in the bear trap. Her fucking frostbitten ankle. Carrie, get the hell out of there, girl. Sorry about that. Didn't see that one, the tall brush.
You're such a jerk. You're a terrible person. That's Carrie in the bear trap. That feels like a joke we've been accidentally setting up for 2 months.
Yeah, it does feel.
Carrie in the bear trap.
Perfect. It feels kind of perfect for this story, doesn't it?
That afternoon felt like an eternity. She called me back shortly after 5, and even though I was sitting directly next to the phone, I let it ring twice so she wouldn't know I'd been sitting directly next to the phone.
I missed you.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, she absolutely isn't into him. He's just the one guy who's not evil to her right now because he can use her sexually. Yeah.
Hey, can we meet back up and kiss more?
Can we make out more? And can I put my leg between your legs, but you try to hold them together, but I pretend like I don't take the hint and keep forcing it?
Yeah, can we watch Good Luck Chuck on DVD and we can cuddle more on the floor in my room?
No, you'd love that. I know how much you liked that last time. There was a long silence as I weighed my options. When she broke the silence, her voice sounded small and young and distant.
Did you find the widower's clock?
You think you can come over tonight after my parents go to sleep?
Come, kitten. Come, kitten. Purr on my lap tonight, and I'll tell you the tales of the widower's clock.
Do you think you could also wear that plaid skirt I like and stockings?
Hey,
and,
do you think you could
also,
wear those see-through panties I got
top,
you?
You could wear a raincoat so no one looks at you weird on the way over, but I don't want it on when you're in the house.
You take it off.
Other than Alina, because he's horny, didn't our author get everything he wanted? Because his whole idea was, I want to go to the bells to get some proof of the supernatural so that I can believe in the afterlife, believe in God again.
Let me tell you something, Isaiah. I'm going to tell you something. Maybe you haven't grown up enough to realize this yet, but the goalpost always changes. Let me tell you something. The goalpost always changes when pussy's involved. All right.
It does. You're right.
All right. So you're sitting there. I bet you anything if Alina's just like, yeah, I love the devil. Fuck God. I'm a bet man. I'm a bet man. I bet our dear old protagonist would just be like, yeah, I fucking hate God too. I think he's kind of gay. Here, can I touch your boob? It would go in that direction, I think.
What you just said is like the stereotypical Sunday school lesson I had throughout my preteen years of like, guys, one day you're going to run into a woman and she's going to hate God. She's going to want you to hate God. And whatever she said.
Extremely based Sunday school teacher.
And what's really funny is that thinking about all this in hindsight, you were the exact kind of person that VeggieTales warned me about.
Yeah. The tomato's just like, watch out for this guy. Yeah,
it's your picture. It's like VeggieTales and you're on a wanted poster behind them.
The cucumber's just like,
I don't know I don't think I like this guy very much, right, guys?
and then points over to the wanted poster and it's just my face like.
He's gonna be into heavy metal music. He's gonna talk about drugs and sex.
That doesn't make any sense. In the Bible, Jesus got some pussy in the Bible, didn't he?
No?
Did he not? Jesus had to have gotten fucking laid some pipe, dude.
This is insane.
Didn't he?
Because no, he did not. It's not in there anywhere.
All right, so it wasn't on the books, but he fucking laid some pipe.
No, he was celibate. That's a big deal within Christian belief and stuff like that. All right. He was celibate his whole life. He was the last of the prophets. He was a carpenter, and all the ladies called him the Hammer. Okay, we gotta cut this. This is insane. You are what, but if they haven't made an episode about you yet, they're about to.
God's building a church. He's gonna march like a mighty
All
army.
right. I can't entertain this. I can't. Yes, you and Alina here. You and Alina here are the same. Are cut from the same cloth of the kind of people that my mom warned me about growing up. Very scary. She said, yeah, and ran her hand back through her wild hair, not to get it out of her face, but like you would if you didn't know the answer on a test. After she left, I stood at the window for a long time, staring out into the night at the place where her taillights had disappeared. Okay, was I not right then? That he shouldn't have taken it to that degree? That it was not the time?
I mean, probably no. I don't fucking know, dude. I don't know. I'm like, what? Listen, I'm not a fucking. I'm not. I have no idea. All right.
Okay.
There's mystical goddamn bells in the forest, and there's a Russian foreign exchange student. A kid got set on fire. I don't know what the fuck's going on anymore.
You were all about him going for it a second ago. To be clear.
No, listen. I didn't say I was going for it. I'm just saying this is the part which bear
where
trap
that
again.
Happens.
Bear trap again. I was like,
no,
this is the
bear
part.
Trap.
No,
it was stopping. It was starting up the romantic scene, and you're like, oh, I think this will be romantic. Like that's not a bear trap.
I said this is the part in the story or movie when the getting's good is what I said. That I didn't say I didn't want it to happen. I'm just saying that's all the signs were there.
You did. You are right that you didn't say you wanted it to happen. So I'll let that one lie. I tried to imagine a future with Alina, one where I made her as happy as she made me.
Why'd you laugh there?
Because he's just insufferable at this point.
he's just insufferable.
He's insufferable. Like he's talking about the girl who likes him, who's been his friend for years, who he put in the hospital. In the same breath, he talks about how he's trying to do the best for Alina by pushing her to the furthest possible place that she will allow him to push her every time. I need bad things to happen to him.
Morning glowings up my window, and I can see you. And even if I could, it all be good. Got your picture on my wall, and it reminds me that it's not so bad. It's not so bad, and yeah, I'm telling you. I gotta
Dear Slim, I wrote you, but you still ain't calling. I left my pager mouth.
I gotta put that shit on my Spotify, dude. I haven't listened to that shit in a long time. Want to thank you.
Do you know the Top Gun song during that romantic scene? Take My Breath Away. It's like the all-time best like hookup track in a movie ever.
Oh yeah. Is it like super 80s and synthy or something, or like
yes, of course. Yeah, it's great. Take my breath away. It's so good. The entire soundtrack's good, but anyway,
God,
that's this movie. Yes.
You like Dido? I love Dido. That song's called "Thank You" by Dido. She also has that song "White Flag." You know that song?
I don't think I know that one.
If you heard it, you'd know. "White Flag." It goes like, "And I will go down with this ship, and I will put my hands up in surrender. There will be no white flag above my door."
You also got to remember that you've got like 20 years on me. So like my first exposure to Dido was when I went back to listen to Stan. So and like the feature there. That was like the first time I ever heard Dido. So I'm a child. You have to remember that.
I'm a child. Well, that's why I have to that's why I have to remember that you're so close to these high schoolers' ages that I have to like really keep in mind your perspective for this time.
Where's this going?
Well, you're younger. You're going to be like, I remember. I barely remember my fucking high school experience.
This character was in high school in 1999, right? I was born in 1999. Did that just shut you down?
You know what, dude? We don't have to fucking talk about our ages on this stupid ass podcast, all right? All right. Anyway, Carrie's mom, beaming with pride, clapped her hand down on my knee and said,
"Boy, I will tell you, you got yourself one tough girl."
bro.
What?
This is so sad.
Yeah, I know. Well, I hate that. I hate that he just hasn't, like, at least at this point, I would just be like, oh, we're not dating, we're just friends. I don't think that's rude to say, is it? That's not rude. Oh no, we're not dating. She's just a really good friend of mine.
I would let Carrie say it. God,
but
they don't know
you're
that
such
Carrie
a spineless. You're such a spineless coward.
No, because
Hey,
like,
well, yeah. Hey, Carrie, tell your mom we're not dating. She's like,
they don't know about that yet. They don't know about that till they got there.
Hey, Carrie, Mrs. Peterson, I think Carrie's got something to tell you.
It's funny visual, like a teenager who like has zero accountability is like, Carrie, tell your mom we're not together, and it's like
yeah, she's like drooling out the side of her mouth and shit. And she's like,
she just starts crying. It's like, no, I didn't say cry. I said tell your mom we're not together.
She starts barking, and that's when our protagonist turns to Mrs. Peterson. He does, see, we're just friends. Claims for clearing that up, Carrie. She's clacking. She's clacking her. She's clacking her frostbitten heels together like Dorothy. No place like home. No place like home. Okay, I'm done. I'm done.
Oh my word.
Mom, boy, dad, arm, wrist, bad, wrist, mom, medicine.
Her speech was labored. I could see her struggling with each syllable. Not only, like, now she has a speech impediment, but the fact that you are still doing the gruff man voice through the speech impediment is diabolical.
Come on, man. I have to, that's her character voice.
You're a monster, I think.
No, I'm not a come on.
I think you're irredeemable.
Hey, come on, man. That's their voice for the story.
Okay. She wasn't smart and she didn't have much of a sense of humor. She'd never been a great conversationalist or within a stone's throw of attractive. Stone's throw of attractive.
I'm telling you, this kid is red-pilled to high hell.
This kid's awful. This, like, at first it was like, oh, well, maybe he's, he's a 16-year-old kid, he's horny, whatever. But now it's like, no, he's a bad person.
And her cancel tilt is totally wacky.
So you get it. You see where I was coming from.
Hospital, man, doctor, arm, bad nurse. She wants another painkiller.
You have another line?
Yeah, I know.
Just, okay. All right, take your time. Get it out.
I just love it. I love that she's like, never mind. Just cut this shit. It's like those inhuman thing. She wants another painkiller. She's probably going to lose that hand.
What were you going to say?
Nothing. This is fucking nothing, dude.
If we can cut it, I just need to know for
myself.
me.
I was like, he's fucking talking to her like she's a fucking, like, he's like one of those people at a zoo that like takes care of the apes. They're doing sign language, and he's like, well, Chim wants a banana. Whatever. It's like, she's like, hospital, man. And he's like, well, she wants another painkiller. Probably got to get rid of that hand. Just, I don't know.
It is very much so like, Amy want orange. And the zookeeper's like just pelting it with oranges. Like, oh.
Here, sounds, rig, I might have
she fell silent.
The way that you read that, I probably threw on 12 more rings there. Then she fell silent.
Sitting here like, how many rings are there?
I know.
I started counting.
You're like, wait, you're like, good God.
It's like, I guarantee you this is more than 8.
Then she fell silent.
Then she fell silent.
Ring!
I mean, I was going to make, before you kept going, I was going to make a comment about how haunting that is. Mrs. Peterson looked up at Dr. Walsh.
What does she want?
After your voice acting 12 times. What is it? What?
Huh?
Doctor. I stopped thinking. I stopped feeling. I was too terrified for that. I flailed my limbs. I scratched at the wood floor with my remaining fingernails. When my hand came down in the hole, I didn't even consider the consequences. It was the only way I might possibly avoid being sodomized with... Whoa. Hold on. That was not what I was thinking was about to happen. Is that what you were thinking was about to happen?
What do you think sodomized? Do you think is it literal sodomy or is
There's,
it going to be?
there's no way, right? He means impaling, right?
Yeah, I think he means he's like.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Dude, could you imagine?
I mean, maybe. I don't know. Who knows, man? Who knows?
Oh, that'd be insane. It's like, oh, the monster thing that kills you. It's like, the monster that sodomizes you.
Imagine, I imagine it's going to maybe impale him like she was impaled.
Okay. Yeah. And that's what I would imagine. The same way that she was like stabbed with a pitchfork.
We'll see.
Is what she's intended to do. I hope so, man. That makes this way more terrifying.
I think people are going to love this story. And then I'm like, well, it might get smited down. So if you're one of the lucky few to have made it across the finish line, or if it's been up for a while, thank God. But just know we appreciate you sticking it out. I know this is, I think, our longest episode to date.
we may have to cut a lot of deals with Steven Spielberg here.
Yeah, I know. Steven Spielberg, we're going to have to cut it. We're going to have to bribe him with some of that Jaws money, dude. We're going to have to see. Yeah. So, but all in all, guys, we appreciate you. Thank you so much if you've been listening along and following through this long episode. And thank you to our audio listeners as well over at Apple Podcasts and Spotify and for giving us a solid rating there. And then also, once again, be sure to check out creepcast.store. We have some new merch up right now if you want to snag that.
Merch, wearing it right here. Eat me like a bug. Let's go.
After
this incredibly traumatizing story about a childhood, interactions. Eat me like a bug. Haha, remember the good times.
Here, we need to get back to juggling boxes of knives and jumping out of the window onto a trampoline. All right, that's we need to get back into that.
There
into
we go.
World.
That's the spirit.
All right, but until next time, guys, we will catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.
We will catch you in the next one. And also, man, this is so depressing. I don't even have a quip this time. If you hated this, it was Hunter's fault. But if you liked it, the story was actually my idea. Yeah, that works. Bye.